Hey everybody, welcome to the Two Dudes One Court Pickleball podcast. As always, I'm joined with my beautiful co-host
Alicito.
Ty Lucido. Ty freaking Lucido, baby. Yeah. So this is our first podcast. We just wanted to come on here and talk about a couple paddles, introduce ourselves, and kind of what made us get into this and why. So me and Ty, we've been playing pickleball for 3 or 4 years now, right?
Yeah, I've been playing about 2.5. I started right out of COVID.
Yeah, at around the same time. We're located in the Louisiana area, close to actually Lewis from the Pickleball Pursuit channel and podcast. So we actually know him, which is pretty cool. And he actually kind of inspired us to get into the review space. So here we are. Um, yeah, we don't really know how we're gonna take this podcast in terms of like the future and stuff. But as of right now, we're just gonna talk about a couple paddles we've been hitting. Some we got sent from some paddle manufacturers, and so yeah. First, let's see what do we got. We got the Phoenix from Chorus. It's a 14 millimeter. This is the SX shape, so the standard shape. And you have the hybrid, right?
Yeah, I have the hybrid right now.
Yeah, I've spent most of my time on the hybrid. I haven't hit the wide body too much, but
Yeah,
I absolutely love this paddle. Um, Actually, I took third place in an MLP style tournament with this, so it's freaking fire, dude.
yeah. No, I mainly played with the wide body, as you know. Me and you swapped like 2 days ago with these paddles.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to third gen construction, I mean, for the price and how good the paddle is, especially with the deals coming up on Black Friday, I don't really think you can beat it. And I do agree with, I believe it was, yeah, Pickleball Tech dude said that this was pretty much a paddle tech bantam killer, which I do agree with. Like if you played with a paddle tech and you know the sweet spots and how those paddles play, this is pretty similar. I would say it's more stable with a bigger sweet spot, obviously, but the playability is very similar. And I mean, there's nothing better than when you hit the sweet spot on this paddle, which is something I think that third gen paddles have an advantage in over foam because I just think the sweet spot just feels so much better on this than half of the foam market right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, I played one of my wow, a couple years ago. My main paddle was the Annalee Waters, the ALWC 12.7, and it this definitely reminds me of that a lot. I feel like this is a little bit stiffer feeling than that. I felt like for whatever reason those paddle techs they just have such a just plush feeling for how thin they are, and I don't know. I feel like no other paddles have felt exactly the same to me as that, but I definitely think these are getting up there. The pop on this thing is ridiculous. I mean, flicks are just they don't come back, boy. You freaking send one at somebody's throat with this. Um,
Yeah, I think these paddles really shine when it comes to being like in the kitchen area and stuff like that, and obviously resets. When it comes to drivability or you know, is it going to hit the ball the hardest on the market? Probably not. There's going to be paddles that hit it a lot harder. But when it comes to being a very diverse paddle that can do a lot of different things and still be forgiving and be allow you to hit those resets and just those backhand putaways be good, like you said, I think Phoenix really, I think Course really did a really good job on producing the Phoenix as a third gen paddle for that.
yeah, the power, the power isn't up there with your what you come to see with all these super high power paddles that are out there. I still do think it's a power paddle. I would probably put it around that the paddle tech power levels. At least the ALWs and the what's the um what's the other paddle tech paddles that they
The Bantam,
yeah no obviously the Bantams but the is it the TKO, the TKO I think.
yeah, the TKO.
Yeah, yeah. Ah, shoot.
Yeah, it
had
comes in like what the 12.3 and the
12.7, no,
14.3.
12.7 and 14.3. But there was
Yeah,
they had the two kind of wide body shapes, the ALW shape, and then there was another one, but I can't remember it off the top of my head. Anyway,
yeah,
uh, yeah, I think the power levels from like drive serves, I think it's around those, but the pop, I would honestly the pop's probably right up there with them too, if not more, honestly. Sweet spot is much bigger. The Gen 1 paddle techs, they just historically the sweet spots are not there, unfortunately,
yeah.
all there, especially
Especially past
yeah,
this point on the face.
the top part of that paddle, it's just the ball dies and it's terrible. But you don't have that with this Phoenix is something special for sure. If you're looking for something in that area.
Yeah, I also know that these are on sale right now because of they're changing their logo. Don't know why, but of course it's changing their logo. So these were originally 180 and they are 145 right now. And I believe with Black Friday they're supposed to be dropping even further because I believe that's what Matt told me from course. So if you want to get a really good third gen paddle for under $150, this is going to be a really good find to pick up on Black Friday.
Yeah, for sure. All right, moving on. Let's see. What do we got? What do we got? I guess we can move on to the Body Helix paddles, which they'll be changing their name to Flik soon, so they won't be known as Body Helix anymore. But
Really?
yeah, so I guess we could start off with the Falcon. And shout out to Joan from Body Helix for sending these. Thank you very much for giving us a chance and sending these. That's very sweet of you. Okay, so the Falcon. It's an elongated paddle, 13 millimeter, full foam, but something special about this tie. It's got those cork dwell pads, as you know,
Mm-hmm.
and the feel of this paddle is super duper nice. It doesn't feel like a 13 at all. It honestly feels like closer to 16 to me, honestly. It's honestly one of the best feels of a paddle that I've ever felt. Um, but we'll get into some of the playing characteristics in a second. What do you think of this paddle, Ty?
I wouldn't say it was the best feeling paddle I ever played with, but I would say it is a very unique feeling paddle compared to what I've hit in the foam market so far. That is definitely one of one. It's a little more harsh, but with all the paddles I hit in the last month, there's nothing easier to reset with, shockingly, even with the thickness being what it is.
Mm-hmm.
That is one of the easiest paddles I played with to reset. A little bit of stability issues I found with most of Body Helix's paddles I played with. But when it comes to just resets and fun to play with, I would definitely say it's up there on my list.
Yeah, and I also appreciate with the shape they gave this the actual 5.5-inch handle, unlike the F1, which we'll get to in a minute. This shape is just so much better in my opinion. Yeah, I'll get into some of my thoughts about this paddle. It is it's super dwelly compared to the F1. Um, it's got a super nice feel. One thing about some full foam paddles, and I have some more. I have one specifically that I'll get into in a minute. But they sometimes they're just extremely muted, and I think I don't know if it's because it's a 13 millimeter or something with the cork dwell pads. It just gives it. I feel so much more feedback and control, which I appreciate because sometimes with the foam again, it's just so muted. I don't feel like I'm placing the shots um, as well as I should be. So yeah, power. Uh, I I'd probably say this is in the power category as well. At least with full swing power, drives and serves. I felt like could get some pretty nice speed on that. Spin was extremely good. The dwell on here is very nice. Um, yeah, pop. I'd probably say somewhere in the all court range, mid to high all court on the pop. I felt like my flicks were pretty good with it. Nothing to write home about. Nothing like some of the other paddles out there right now, but more than enough, I think, for most people. Yeah, Ty, you want to talk any more about some of the playing characteristics of this?
I mean, the only thing I can really say about that paddle is I really haven't played with anything that sat on the face longer. The dwell time on that paddle is one of the longest I've seen, which really helped with hitting like aggressive drops, is what I found. Really helped you put top spin on those shaping shots and perfect ball placement. But like I said before, if it's off center a little bit, I do find that that paddle twists a little. So I think that that is definitely for a 4.0 and above player. I wouldn't recommend it for anyone below that for obvious reasons, just playability alone.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one thing. I had to add lead to the bottom. It's half gram per inch tungsten. It's 3 inches, so yeah. It helps shore up some of the twisting. It's still not perfect. I would definitely recommend adding more, maybe a higher density um, lead, maybe yeah, maybe even a little higher on the face. Honestly, the swing weight it was kind of high. I think this one was a 121 swing weight, if I'm not mistaken. So our average for elongated, nothing crazy, but approaching a spot where I would be more hesitant to add weight. So yeah. All right, moving on. Let's move on straight to the other Body Helix paddle, which is the F1. Which this paddle is ridiculous. The I the It's the poppiest thing I've ever played with, honestly. Um, Maybe not poppiest consistently because we'll get to that in a second with some of the sweet spot issues. But just when you smoke that sweet spot with this baby, the ball ain't coming back. This
Yeah.
thing it's a rocket launcher. Um, so yeah, this is their other Body Helixes or Flik's other paddle. The F1 Terracore. This thing is incredible. It's the elongated shape, but it's like the Selkirk Invictus shape. It's that like 5.25, 5.3 inch handle.
Mhm.
It's not ideal. It's fine, but that I personally think all brands, if you're going with the elongated shape, 5.5 should be the standard. Um,
Well, the main reason I agree with that is because most people who are buying elongated are going to be hitting a two hand backhand, especially with a paddle like this. I mean, this isn't a paddle made for amateurs. These are going to be 4.0, 4.5s. I mean, these are all going to be really good players playing with this. And I mean, this thing's going to be disgusting in singles, and that short handle is just going to kill it with not having a 2E in singles. So I definitely agree with the handle choice.
yeah. This one was after that first batch that came out. If you've probably watched a bunch of other reviews about this paddle, you hear about the disgustingly amazing grit that this thing is known for. Which the grit is fine, nothing to write home about. But it's nowhere near how the first batches were. I remember feeling the first batch and just the spin you could get with that thing was ridiculous. It was incredible. But this unfortunately doesn't have it. Which I talked to Joan from Body Helix, and she was saying that it was actually QC issues, which is why they came out so gritty. Which I respect them for being open and honest and changing that and trying to keep it legal and fair. So yeah, I respect to them for that. Yeah, okay, so let's get into some of my issues with this paddle. Number one, I would probably say it's the sweet spot. Um, it's not the most forgiving paddle in the world, but it's elongated, so you're not gonna get the most for. You're automatically not gonna have the most forgiving paddle. But specifically with the way they designed this, there's a fiberglass patch in the center of the paddle. Kind of like the what's the other foam? God, dog, throwing a blank, man. Um, the carbon true foam. Golly, the true foam. It has that center fiberglass patch. And you notice when you hit it. When you smoke that patch, it's amazing. But when you're off center, it is it's not nice at all.
Yeah.
You can
There, I think
feel the good.
like you said, like twisting in the hand's the big problem, but you got to remember that paddle's coming in at a 6.2 twist weight.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're gonna need lead. It's not really that heavy. I mean, it's 114 swing weight already.
I think this specific one was a 113 swing weight uh,
Okay.
when I got it. So yeah, very light for an elongated, which is nice. I definitely recommend if you're gonna get this putting lead. I only have the 3 gram pod on the side, which definitely helped with a lot of the stability issues. I'd honestly recommend putting more though, personally, if you're not sensitive to weight. But yeah, it's Um, I want to talk about the feel. This is one of the paddles I was talking about earlier. The feel is nice, but it's that super muted foam feel, and I just could not connect to the paddle. When I hit that fiberglass center, I felt very connected to the paddle. It felt fine, but when you're not directly at center, and especially with the elongated, I'm hitting more towards the top, whereas the fiberglass is directly, you can see it's like directly in line with this F1 logo. It's like if you're not hitting right here, it's a different feel. And so I had a lot of issues finding the consistency and the sweet spot with this. Um, but when you do, it's unlike anything in terms of pop. So yeah.
I mean, it's at the end of the day, the roundup on that paddle is if you hit the metal, it's a missile. If it's a slight mishit,
Yeah.
you're gonna be struggling to keep that thing straight in your hand. But I feel like it's same story with the original paddle text, man. That's what made them so popular on how good they felt when you hit the sweet spot. So it's also all foam, so you're not gonna feel that same thud that you felt with a paddle tech. So when it comes to foam paddles, I think Body Helix did a very good job starting out, especially with being at the top of the market with probably the hardest hitting paddle in the foam category right now. In my opinion, I think that is the hardest hitting paddle in the foam category.
You think it's the hardest hitting with drives too, or just pop?
I think that is one of the hardest hitting paddles with drives.
Okay.
For somebody who can't swing that hard, I can still generate a lot, especially with the elongated. I mean, I'm nuking that thing if it hits the middle.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. I was really hoping they were gonna have more shapes approved with this. Unfortunately, they just freaking PV core, dude. It's retarded. But yeah. Jeez. So yeah. All right. Let's move on. I have the Vatic Flash 16 Vsol power. This is the long handle variant, so plenty of room for tuies. Very very comfortable. Yeah, I like this paddle. I don't love it. Um, it's classic Vatic Pro shape. One my I main a couple years ago for me was the original Vatic, the Gen 2 thermoform hybrid when that came out. I love that paddle. Um, but this uh, it's very very muted. I don't know if you felt that way when you played this paddle, but I could not connect with this paddle. The power and pop are fine. I think it's got more power than pop. Maybe it could be because it's so muted, you don't feel as much response, and so it could be kind of like a placebo, um, where I don't feel like it's hitting as hard as it actually is. But yeah, I I just couldn't connect to this paddle for whatever reason. Spin is great, um, drives move, but yeah,
Yeah,
go ahead.
I only had a couple issues with it really, like you said. I can't, the hand to paddle connection just isn't there for that paddle. I don't feel like when you hit a good drop in most paddles, you'll be able to tell. I feel like I'm still left wondering, and I have to really look at the ball to know if that's a good drop, not based off how it fell off the face. I can't feel much, and it's one of the most muted paddles I played with. I just don't feel anything at all. Like if they were going for zero vibration, they nailed it
Yeah, they
because
did.
you don't feel nothing.
Yeah, I tried kind of like that boomstick setup, 3 and 9. I have 6 grams on each side. 3 gram, the 3 gram pods. I have two stacked on top of each other. It gave it some freaking juice. Gave it some of that, a little bit of that feel I was missing, but not enough to where I still felt confident with it. Um, Great dwell. If you want a paddle that can get some dwell for drops, dinks, yeah, this definitely has it, but it just wasn't for me for sure.
Yeah.
Um, any other paddles that you wanted to bring up before we get into our mains?
I have two I really want to talk about.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, no, three. I lied. We're gonna start out with the one that's pretty relevant. This. Okay.
Main.
For $92, can't really beat it. Third gen construction, pretty much a EULA killer. There's not much to really say about this thing. If you've hit a EULA, not Perseus, what's it called?
The Perseus?
Is it the Perseus?
Yeah, the Pro 4. The Pro
Yeah,
4
if you've hit
Perseus.
the Pro 4. If you've hit the Pro 4, you can pretty much pick this up and play with it. It'll be perfectly fine. I got the dual approved one, and I still really don't feel a great difference between this one and the non dual approved one. But when it comes to just spin and playability and feeling good out of the box, I put half gram per inch all the way up the throat just to make it a little more stable. And this is my go-to when it comes to an elongated paddle right now. The putaways are good, the resets are good. It's just poppy enough. I don't have anything negative to say about this paddle, especially for the price. I heard that there were some quality issues with being consistent, but I feel like at this price point, you can't really complain about that, especially because I believe this comes with a 6 month warranty. Don't quote me on that. But at $92, can't beat it, and I'm sure with Black Friday they'll probably have some other special. So this is a paddle I definitely recommend for sure.
Yeah, I love that paddle. I another paddle I made. As you if you can't tell, I've made a lot of paddles. I'm a new week, new main, baby. But yeah, I absolutely love that Luzz Cannon. That thing is super nice. Actually, I've only hit it a couple times, but comparing it to when I did main the Pro 4 Perseus 16, I honestly prefer that Luzz. I felt like I had a little bit more feel, a little bit more dwell, and the grit is just infinitely better than whatever Yola put on those Pro 4s. I don't know
Yeah.
why they put so little grit on those, but for whatever reason they did. And I could just, I just felt so much more comfortable with the Canon. It honestly, it could. I honestly think it gets slightly more power and pop than the Pro 4. If if I could have just had a lively arm that day, I don't know, but yeah, it's such
I
a good
mean,
paddle.
I played them side by side, and it could just be because it's a new paddle and
Yeah,
I want it to be better. But I truly believe that that is a Eula killer. Like it just is. I
yeah,
think that that paddle is better in every way,
yeah,
half the price.
yeah,
And the packaging it comes with the eraser, paddle cover, and
yeah,
everything. And the people over there at Luzz are very good. And the shipping time was ridiculous. I think the shipping time was a week, and they were on back order. So I mean, it was really good.
yeah. Yeah, specifically comparing it to the Pro 4 16, Perseus, I personally don't see a reason to get that over the Canon. Unless you just kind of want brand name, which I understand if that's your thing. But yeah. All right, next paddle tie.
I only have one more to really talk about.
Alrighty.
I don't. This okay.
Oh man,
The Gruvn Lazr 16 HD.
like a
Okay,
fossil.
I got I got this paddle from Lewis. Um, no, I didn't. I ordered this one. I ordered this one, and I had high expectations because this was put up there with the Flik F1 at the time when it was released. It was supposed to be one of the hottest paddles, and I got nothing. I this is the stiffest paddle I've ever hit in my entire life, and I mean, I've put 1,000 different lead setups on this thing. I just can't find it. It's head heavy. It makes my arm tired. It's beautiful. It's probably one of the prettiest paddles on the market by far. I love the design, what they did with it, and I love Gruvn's past models and paddles and stuff. But I can't wholeheartedly recommend this. I can't remember the price on this right now. Yeah, I can't recommend this for
I
180.
think it was 180.
I
Yeah, that's what I said.
I can't recommend it for 180, especially. in the foam department with a couple pals we're going to talk about in a minute.
Yeah.
And especially for, $92, you can go get the Luzz. I just can't.
They're
Because in my opinion, I think the Luzz is just a better paddle overall.
yeah. I mean they're different. That's a hybrid, and the Gruvn's full foam, which some people may want. You have less vibrations, which is nice. Yeah, but the sweet spot is kind of when I hit that Gruvn, I felt the sweet spot was kind of lacking. There's definitely a hot spot in the center. Um, yeah, honestly, I don't know how you couldn't get anything out of it personally, but I felt like I could, but I definitely didn't. I wouldn't put it up there with the Flik by any means. Um, yeah, I'd probably put it. We'll get into my main in a bit, but I put it around the NF series, a little bit above the NF series, so that kind of low power range, low. Um, yeah, the bottom of the high tier power range.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's kind of all I got to say about that one. It's been a while since I hit it, um, so nothing recent. But yeah. All right. So do you want to get into our mains, Ty?
There, you go ahead. You start.
I'll start. Okay. So if you didn't hear me a second ago, it is the J2 NF. This is the normal handle, so the like 5.25, 5.3 inch handle. I think it's advertised as 5.5, but I mean it could just be the taper. It's definitely not. It's two E's kind of suck with this thing. You get used to it. I've been maining this for probably 3 months now, ever since it came out. So whenever that was. Um, yeah, this paddle smacks. I love it. I absolutely love it. It's got pretty much everything I want in a paddle. Um, it's not, yeah, like I said, probably at the bottom of that top tier power area. So it's not overwhelming. The sweet spot is ridiculous. This shape, Honolulu historically just makes amazing shapes, and this J2 shape, arguably, especially the long handle J2, is the personally I think is one of the best, if not the best hybrid shape on the market. Yeah, this thing is amazing. I kind of have that boomstick setup again. I've been really finding that setup to work very well for me. It's that the 2 3 gram strips at like 3 and 9, kind of overlapping. Actually, I have it on this one. If you can't see, a little bit higher. Yeah, I just this with that setup, this baby moves that ball. Pop, pop. Flicks don't come back. Let's just say that. Yeah. Um, Yeah, I don't really know what else to say about it. This paddle's been out for a while. You've probably seen 100 other reviews. People talk about this thing. Can't give it enough praise. It's amazing. Yeah, so that's my main. I'm always flirting with other paddles, but I come back to this when I want to play serious. So yeah.
I mean, there's a reason it's like one of the best pedals on the market right now.
Hmm.
If you've ever hit one, you've instantly considered switching to it. If you haven't, I don't believe you. I really don't, because there's just feels great, man. There's really nothing negative for me to say about the paddle. What I was gonna say was the handle, but
Hmm.
they released the 6 inch handle right after
Yeah,
that,
exactly.
so they pretty much just told everyone to shut up. So they did that, and then I recently got to hit the elongated one, which I loved.
Yeah.
I I loved the elongated one, and I think that is my favorite elongated paddle right now on the market. Period.
See, I didn't
Yeah,
get to hit him. I know our buddy Caleb has one,
yeah.
but I haven't got to hit it yet.
I got to hit that, and I got to hit the elongated boomstick. Boomstick's too much for me,
Boomstick's rough.
but
Yeah, boomstick's crazy.
yeah. $333 can stay over there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I have just as generic as a main as you do, pretty much. I mean, both the pals me and you main are pretty much the top of the market. It's gonna be the Rhombus Quanta R2.
Hmm.
I almost barely consider this a power paddle in this
Really?
shape.
Okay, that makes sense. Hold up. Finish what you're
Okay,
saying. Sorry.
this thing is just eating the ball. Like when it hits the face, it doesn't matter how you're hitting it. I find that this has just as much dwell time as that Falcon I was talking about earlier. And I find I don't know what it is about it. Maybe it's my lead setup, which I have a lot of lead on this thing, and it's still only like 8.3 ounces because they weigh nothing.
Yeah.
But I love this paddle. I don't really have much negative to say about it, other than the shape is a little weird. I would prefer closer to like a Fat Boy shape, which is my favorite standard shape.
Yeah.
But I got the chance. I think it's something about the R2 because I got the chance to hit. I think it's the R4. Which one's the elongated?
That's
Is it the
there's
R4?
two. So there's the R1, which is the elongated with the curved top, which slightly flares as well, which is really weird. And then there's the R3, which is the standard, your standard everyday
Okay.
elongated, which is
Yeah.
like the Perseus shape. And then
Okay.
there's the
I got to hit the R3, and the difference between the R3 and the R4 is unbelievable. This paddle is half as poppy, even with the same weight setup. I don't really understand why, but if you're somebody who really just wants to get their foot in the door of power paddles, and maybe you're coming from an all court and you're looking for an all foam paddle, I truly believe the R2 is as close as you can get to a power paddle without losing control. Because I can't play with a lot of power paddles. I did struggle with the Phoenix, but that's just my skill level. That paddle's amazing. But I think if you're 3.5 working your way up to 4.0, I can't recommend really a better paddle, especially with the price, man. I mean, I just don't think you can for $100.
Yeah, that's a super good paddle. Um, yeah, I guess that makes sense what you were saying about considering it a power paddle, especially the R2. The historically wide bodies are lower in power, but higher in pop sometimes. At least depending on what you can get out of it.
I don't know what really happened because I do agree because we saw that with the Pegasus, the 11/16/24 Pegasus.
Yeah,
That was the poppiest one out of that line by far. I owned that paddle. I played with it,
yeah,
and
I had that too.
I played with the Hirachi as well because I mained the Hirachi for a little while because a buddy of mine, Caleb, had it, and I played with it, loved it. So I said, "Hey, I'm gonna get the wide body for forgiveness, twice as poppy." I thought I was gonna have the same scenario with this, but I stuck with my gut because I wanted a wide body because I wanted the forgiveness, and man, I don't regret it at all. I mean, like I said, I don't know what's going on the inside of this compared to the other shapes, but it genuinely is. This entire thing is a sweet spot. I've never had this. Oh, well, I lie. I have had this twist in my hand only recently from playing with people with A, boomsticks, and B, a lifetime ball.
Mm,
I do find that the lifetime ball being a little bit heavier does change the way paddles twist, including this one, which is actually why I added more right here in the boomstick location for just a bigger sweet spot and all the way down the throat. But I haven't had any issues with it. I highly recommend it for the price, and I really don't see myself switching anytime soon. I've hit on most of the paddles on the market right now, and I don't really see anything that's catching my eye. I'm still trying to get my hands on the Loco to try that, but the power curve on that and the pop is obviously not going to work for my playstyle. But I just don't think there's a paddle I'll switch to personally besides this one for a while.
yeah, yeah, that's a super great paddle, especially for the price. It's honestly unbeatable. I don't. Yeah. Um. Yeah, that's kind of all I had wanted to say about that. Let's
Yeah.
see. Yeah, I think that's all the paddles that I wanted to talk about. Anything else? Any other ones?
I got a few honorable mentions because Matt's at course sent us a couple, and I have one to talk about that I had for a long time, way before this. I've bought a couple of courses paddles before they sent us any. So we're gonna start out by talking about the Super Court, which if you're looking for an all court paddle with tons of grit, durability, this is it. I hit this paddle a couple times, and I'm gonna explain why I didn't hit this one nearly as much. But super good all court paddle. Really can't complain at all. There's really nothing to talk bad about. It's just a really good paddle. Also, all of course is having a huge sale, like I said earlier, on anything with their original C design. So I believe that paddle's like below $100, and I'm pretty sure most of them besides the Phoenix are right now, including their Echo line if you're looking for a really good control paddle. Um, Shapeshifter, way grittier than the Supercourt. I don't know what they're putting in this. I think it's 18K carbon fiber, if I'm not mistaken, because you can see the way it weaves in the face and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But if I had to play with an all court paddle, it would probably be this one. I mean, I just don't find anything wrong with it. The ball to face connection is really good on this paddle. I find the dwell time to be pretty high and responsive. And when you hit a miss hit, you do feel it, but it's not, as harsh as some paddles I've hit before. But when it comes to course, they made one paddle that I loved in particular that I mained for a long time and got bullied about, and I still pull it out from time to time. All right, this is their super core. I believe it's just called their long handle. I don't really know. It's called their long handle striker, and I mean it's a 6-inch handle on a wide body face that is way smaller than it should be, and but it's just a missile. Like the amount of topspin you can generate with this is quite ridiculous. And if you hit an overhead like fully extended, it's over. Like you're not getting it back. Even coming from a super court, which is literally an all court paddle. If you just want to have fun hitting a paddle, I 100% recommend buying this. And I believe, don't quote me on this, I believe it's like no, sorry, it's $40 right now on the course website, and that's before Black Friday deals. So if you just want something in the bag that's fun to play with, or even if you have a younger kid who wants to play, I highly recommend this because it's a smaller face, it's way lighter, and it's still going to allow them to hit that two-hand backhand, especially if a younger kid's coming from tennis. So for $40 and the technology that's in this, it's a no-brainer to put this in your bag.
Yeah. I didn't hit that one too much. I remember when you got it. I liked it, honestly. The shape is weird, but it's just fun. That super long
Yeah,
handle making so much whip.
there, there's no reason, but I literally made that paddle for I think 4 months, which is extremely long for me. I normally never made anything that long. That's the second. That is the longest paddle I've made by far.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's about it. Did you want to touch on some of the Black Friday deals real fast before we
Sure,
leave?
if you want to, sure.
Yeah, I guess I'll touch on a couple. Um, so let's see, 11/6/24. Let's start off with them. They're running a 20% off all paddles, and 10% off jelly beans. I guess that's an extra 10% off jelly beans. I'm not actually sure. Um, yeah. Body Helix or Flik, theirs is running November 21st through December 1st. Their X1 and X5 paddles, those will be 35% off. Their X4 will be 40% off. And then all the Flik USAP approved paddles will come with a backpack. So it's a
Oh,
$8 bag you get for free. Yeah, very nice. And then all their Sandbox paddles, which is their non-approved paddles, their non-USAP approved paddles, they're going to come with a free cover.
okay.
They have apparel. Their clothes will be 50 to 70% off, and then all their accessories will be at least 50% off. So I'm guessing that means all their compression gear as well, which is actually very nice if you need any compression gear. I've heard great things about that. Uh, yeah. Chorus. Did you talk about the chorus Black
I
Friday
touched
deal?
on it a little bit, but they were talking about all existing inventory,
Yeah, 50% off.
except the Phoenix, are going to be 50% off.
Mm-hmm.
Their shapeshifters are going to be $60.
Yeah.
Also, if you use code Ty, it'll go down to $60. Their Phoenixes, which is the power we talked about in the beginning of this podcast, are going to be 119 after you use code Ty on Black Friday.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're looking to get that, use code Ty at checkout, and you'll be able to get that for 119.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's all I wanted to touch on there. I love
The
most and not all brands are having some form of Black Friday deal, so honestly, just check their site or look it up. online to
Yeah,
get
I know.
it.
I know a lot of name brands end up sending out emails right before the holidays
Yeah,
and before that. But if you're looking for some weights as well, Flik Weight has 20% off store wide
yeah,
on their on Black Friday.
yeah. Flik, they emailed me about getting a code set up with them, so I'll try to get that set up. And by the time this comes out before Black Friday, I'll have that in the description if I get it. Um, yeah, we'll try to put whatever codes we have in the description of the video, and then the according brands with that. Yeah, I think that's about it. I think that does it, Ty. We
Yes,
did it,
sir.
dude. First one's over, baby. Okay, little post production. I don't know, freaking snippet. We just wanted to talk about the tournament that we're doing. Me and Ty together. We're doing a 4-0 tournament. It is it's the Stallion Slam, right?
LA Open.
Wait, what?
Wait, no, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. The LA Open just passed. We're doing the
Yeah,
Stallion Slam. You're
okay,
correct.
okay, yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're doing the Stallion Slam at Stacks in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Yeah, so this will be our first tournament together, Ty. We've
Yeah, we were supposed to
yeah,
play like three tournaments together. Never worked out as
yeah,
always.
I know. So yeah, we're gonna see how it goes.
What?
We didn't really see a
what
huge. Wait, sorry, go ahead.
no, I no, you can tell you. I was just gonna ask what your predictions are, but I think you're about to get into that.
Oh yeah, that's what I was getting into. I don't honestly know, man. I haven't looked at the pool or the brackets, whatever, yet. I know Chance and Bruce are in our division, so they're gonna be not fun.
Oh, Bruce, do I have choice words for you? Oh, if I'm not mistaken, he just played Duper 18 and
Oh yeah,
medaled.
yeah.
So,
Bruce and Chance are some ballers, and Chance is like
so
freaking 12 years old.
yeah, no. Shout out to Chance. He's probably gonna work
Chance
us.
is a
But
baller, dude.
teams I'm really not worried about. I'd like to shout out Bryden and Cole Hornsby. Um, just not worried about you at all.
Yeah.
Just really pipsqueaks in this department. Um, Probably won't even be in our pool play because they just wouldn't want to do that to them at Stacks. I
They'll
know.
probably drop out, honestly.
I know that Stacks has a good community and doesn't want to see them suffer. So they'll probably just won't even put them in the pool play and at
Exactly.
least allow them to get through that. But we'll get dinner with them after them see the little trophies and stuff they want. But yeah, team I'm really not worried about is them. I know for a fact that Chance and Bruce is going to potentially just destroy us. But also Bruce is playing in two divisions that day.
Oh yeah.
Don't know if that's allowed really because he's playing 4-0 and 4-5.
I
Or
mean,
no, it's open division after. So it's 4-0 and then open division.
no, I think it
So
was 4-5 and then open. I don't think it's 4-5 plus, because our buddies Brennan and Caleb, they're doing 4-5. I don't think they wouldn't be playing open. Open, you're getting into some freaking crazy boulders for that.
you don't say.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So your predictions are what? What's your prediction?
I don't know, man. I don't even know how many teams it is. I mean, I would love to medal. So first, second, third.
If
But
I think if we make it out of pool play
I think we can
on
make it out of pool
on a,
play.
if we no hold on if we make it out of pool play on a high like with a good mentality, I think we're guaranteed third.
What are you talking about? It's gonna be
But if we
boring.
fight,
All we do
no,
is
no, no,
pool
no.
that
If
all
we
day.
fight our way out of pool play, I think we're guaranteed out right after.
Yeah.
I think it's just we get out of pool play, morale's down because I mean we're mental, very big mental players.
Yeah.
It has to be good vibes. Otherwise, it's just not going to go very well.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess we'll see. I mean, no matter what, we're gonna have a great time. We're gonna laugh. We're gonna giggle, and we're gonna freaking play some pickleball, dude.
Yeah,
Um. Yeah. Man, there was something else I wanted to talk about. Oh yeah, I'm gonna record the games, so we'll be able to record our games and then we'll post them on the YouTube channel. And hopefully I'll mic us up so we can talk, so people can hear us talking and stuff too. So
Yeah,
It'll be
I
fun.
also will probably be posting some clips soon on Instagram.
Oh
So
yeah, for the gameplay and
if
stuff.
anybody wants to go look at that, it's pball underscore with Ty. So if anybody wants to go look at that, I post over there pretty regularly about stuff I'm doing with pickleball. So if you're interested in that,
Yeah. And I don't have a pickleball Instagram yet, but if I decide to make one, it'll be this YouTube channel name, Pickleball, Cohl, in the middle, my name. Yeah. So I guess we'll see. But yeah, it's gonna be fun, man. We're gonna have a great
yep,
time. All right, that's kind of all we wanted to bring up before we end it. Thanks for watching. See you guys.
peace.